I woke up today finding out that the last video I posted yesterday was taken down. The Anthony Cumia Calls the Opie podcast video. Then I went and checked because there were other YouTube channels that uploaded the video as well, and it was taken down from them too. So I was like, man, Opie, you're gonna be a bitch, man. I was like, Opie never really cares about the copyright stuff. In fact, it was specifically his policy, which is why any O&A thing is on the internet. That was an Opie policy. So I go ahead. I just noticed that the video is down and down off the other YouTube channels. So I'm like, let me go check my email. So I check it. Of course, I get this. Hi, Sanes Entertainment. Due to a copyright takedown notice that we received, we had to take down your video from YouTube. Video title, Anthony Cumia Calls the Opie podcast. Takedown issued by Compound Media. This means that your video can no longer be played on YouTube. Anthony Cumia, the biggest bitch in the world, got this video taken down off of YouTube from all the channels that uploaded it. So, it's no longer a bit. Opie won. Opie's better than Anthony. Anthony stinks. Obviously, Opie played Anthony like a damn fiddle and embarrassed him and actually got this stupid old conjuring fuck to call into his stupid podcast. And the brilliance of Opie doing it, by the way, Opie never even promoted it. They just stuck it in as the last call on the last end of a fucking podcast and said, here's stupid. Now, I could, and the other YouTube channels could fight this and win. See, here's the backstory. Opie threw out a number, I believe on Twitter, and said, call in the Opies podcast and leave a message. So as a bit, Anthony thought he would do it on his shit show that nobody watches. Nobody subscribed to Compound. Nobody watches. No one talks about it. No one gives a fuck. So as a bit, Anthony called into Opie's thing and left that message. Now, obviously, they cut it extremely down on Opie's podcast. However, the audio me and the other people, other YouTube channels uploaded, were not from Compound Media. They were from Opie's podcast. And me and the other YouTube channels have uploaded tons of stuff from Opie's podcast, and Opie's never did a copyright takedown on any of us. I think we could argue that Anthony doesn't own that. Now, his argument would be, well, I did the call on my show, but I was thinking, if I recorded myself and I called someone like Sam Cedar, right? Sam Cedar does a call-in show, and I recorded myself and called into Sam Cedar's show. I don't think I can then do a copyright takedown if Sam Cedar played the audio of me calling in. All Opie played on his podcast was you calling into his podcast. I don't care if you recorded it on Compound Media. You don't own that audio. Opie does. And this is important for Opie, because I'm going to go ahead and challenge this. But if I lose, that means Opie likes to, like, a week later or a month later, replay his podcast on his YouTube channel. That means if I lose this, Anthony Cumia can do a copyright strike against Opie for calling into Opie's own thing. Opie put out the number and dummy called in. So whatever, but I say I'm going to challenge this, and whoever else uploaded on YouTube and got it taken down, they should challenge it too. I think that Scorch PFG channel did, so, and it's down off of his channel. But once again, like I said, this isn't a bit. Anthony Cumia is a dummy. He lost to Opie. He lost. I guess Opie and Jimmy are still technically going back and forth, although Jimmy will only talk shit as Chip 2 weeks after the fact, so who really gives a fuck? But Anthony lost. Anthony's banned from everything. He's banned off of Facebook. He's banned off of Twitter. His book stinks. No one's going to buy it. His show stinks. No one watches it. No one talks about it. You can't even sign up for it, so he's not getting any new subscribers. You can't, unless you download the app. But you can't go to the site and sign up for Compound Media, so you can't get new subscribers. Come on, who downloads the app, then subscribes to an app? No, you subscribe on a website, then you go download the app. So, a complete failure. This has always been the bitchness of Anthony, by the way. And lame move. So Compound Media. If you want to hear, I guess if you want to hear this, you're gonna have to now take. Good job, stupid. Now you just pushed more people to Opie's podcast. In order to listen to it, you're gonna go to Opie's podcast if you want to hear Anthony calling in to Opie, and what a brilliant chess move by Opie. So if you want to listen to it, go check out Opie's podcast. Oh, and by the way, this is a good point to say, I do have a second YouTube channel, and if I was you, I'd start subscribing to it. So I'll put a link in the description, and I'll pin it to the top of the chat. I only got like 1,200 subs over there, and I got like 3,000 on this one. So let's just say, just in case, it'd be smart if all you who like my channel start subscribing over there. I usually use it when I get like, they don't let me live stream. I'll live stream over there. I can still live stream on this channel, but just in case anything happens, there's a backup channel. But Cumia, you're a bitch.